Welcome, history enthusiasts and curious minds. Today we embark on a unique intellectual adventure, merging a playful thought experiment with the insights of Herodotus, often revered as the father of history. In our session called Herodotus and Taco Tuesday, we blend modern analogy with ancient observations to unravel the complex tapestry of historical identities, revealing new insights while challenging some traditional misconceptions about the ancient Egyptians. Imagine walking into a school cafeteria where there's a steadfast rule. Tacos are only served on Tuesdays. It's a simple, predictable pattern. Now suppose you visit this cafeteria and see tacos being served. Based on the established rule, you'd logically conclude it's Tuesday. This basic inference, seeing tacos and deducing the day, is the crux of our Taco Tuesday analogy. It's straightforward yet powerful, mirroring the method used by Herodotus, the ancient Greek historian, to connect peoples across time and space through observable traits. Now let's travel back to the 5th century BCE with Herodotus. During his travels, he encountered the Colchians along the Black Sea. Strikingly, he noted their black skin and woolly hair, characteristics he recognized from his observations of the Egyptians. Herodotus meticulously recorded his observations and the insights he gathered.
For it is in fact manifest that the Colchians are Egyptians. And the Egyptians themselves admit this no less than the Colchians, but the Egyptians say that they are colonists sent out by Sesostris, king of Egypt, and the Colchians that they were Egyptians who came with Sesostris on his expedition. Herodotus, Book 2, Chapter 104. He further expounded on this connection with another detailed statement. The Colchians must be an Egyptian race. Before I heard any mention of the fact from others, I had remarked it myself. After the thought had struck me, I made inquiries on the subject both in Colchis and in Egypt, and found that the Colchians had a more distinct recollection of the Egyptians than the Egyptians had of them. Nevertheless, the Egyptians said that they thought the original settlers of Colchis were from their country. So I guessed myself from 2 pointers, partly from the fact that they have black skins and woolly hair, so much one can observe of itself, and there is nothing to remark in this, since other peoples have the same. Herodotus, Book 2, Chapter 104.
Here's where our Taco Tuesday analogy ties in. Just as we deduce it's Tuesday when we see tacos, Herodotus used the presence of black skin and woolly hair to infer a historical and cultural connection between the Colchians and the Egyptians. This wasn't a casual assumption, but an informed inference based on a pattern recognized from other Africans, particularly those from Nubian and sub-Saharan regions. The ancient world understood Egyptians as a part of this broader African tapestry, dark-skinned and woolly-haired, a fact sometimes overlooked in modern interpretations. Herodotus's methodology was revolutionary because it employed direct observation to draw conclusions about people's origins and their relationships to one another. It highlights how he, much like a modern scientist, used empirical evidence to formulate hypotheses about the migration patterns and lineage of ancient peoples. This perspective challenges the often Eurocentric historical narratives that have misclassified ancient Egyptians as Arab, Assyrian, or otherwise. By recognizing the Egyptians for their true African heritage, we not only correct a historical oversight but also enrich our understanding of African civilization's vast influence on the world. Furthermore, Herodotus's approach encourages us to critically evaluate the sources of our historical knowledge today. How do historians and archaeologists use physical traits, artifacts, and cultural practices to draw connections between peoples separated by thousands of miles or years? What biases might we bring to our interpretations, and how can we strive for greater accuracy? Now it's your turn. What do you think about Herodotus's observational method and our taco analogy? How might this approach help us uncover and understand more about other ancient civilizations? Share your thoughts below, hit like if you found this exploration enlightening, and don't forget to subscribe for more thought-provoking historical content.